The media loves a villain, and for years, they thought they found one in Russell Westbrook. They want him gone, echoed through NBA circles as fans and analysts piled on the criticism.
Is Russ' game declining? Hell yeah. Has it declined? Yes. Should Rob Pelinka have traded Russ this offseason? Hell yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the now.
But here's what they never told you. The ones who actually share the court with Westbrook see something entirely different. When NBA players talk about Russ behind closed doors, they paint a picture that might shock you.
I mean, Russ always did that. You know what I'm saying? I understand that at certain points where you don't play well, and you are open to criticism when you don't play well. We get that, but it's like now you're making him the butt of your jokes now. It's like it's going to a point where it's like, all right, I get the criticism for what he did that night, but now it's starting to reach a different level of some shit that I don't understand right now. So hopefully you just keep hooping. And
the story starts in Oklahoma City, where a young Russell Westbrook wasn't just playing basketball. He was redefining what was possible on a court. His former teammates still talk about practices that felt more intense than playoff games. The thing about Russ, James Harden once revealed, is that he doesn't know any other way to play. That intensity you see in games, that's him at 8 a.m. in an empty gym. That's just who he is. Just ask Kevin Durant, who witnessed Westbrook's raw power up close. Playing with Russ, I've never seen somebody jump that high or run that fast or be that explosive ever in my life, Durant revealed. Walking into every game, I knew my man was coming to go hard on all of them. They didn't know it yet, but he was going hard on everybody.
Because playing with Russ, and I never seen somebody jump that high or run that fast or be that explosive ever in anything in my life. You know what I'm saying? And to see that up close every night and know that he has a physical advantage over every point guard he playing against, I had the utmost confidence walking into every game. I'm like, my man is coming to go hard on all y'all.
On everybody.
And I know it. Y'all don't know it yet, but he going hard on everybody.
Like, for real.
He back down to the point where it's like, yo, chill for a second, big homie. You know what I'm saying?
But that's just scratching the surface of what made Westbrook different. The transformation from rookie to superstar wasn't just about athletic ability. Michael Jordan himself saw it coming before anyone else. Just his body control, how he passed, what he was willing to take on even in an open gym. I was like, wow, this kid's gonna be amazing, Jordan recalled. When people ask me who's gonna be a breakout guy that nobody really knows about, that's the easiest question I'm gonna answer all year, Russell Westbrook. Even the Black Mamba himself saw something special in Westbrook. Kobe Bryant, known for his ruthlessly high standards, couldn't help but draw parallels between them. He plays the game with such energy and aggressiveness, Kobe explained. He's not out there trying to be cute with the basketball. He's not out there trying to make friends. This guy's playing hard every time down.
How many similarities do you see between you and Russell Westbrook?
a ton. I mean, I didn't smile much on the court either when so he's but he plays the game with such an energy and such an aggressiveness, it's I think that needs to be appreciated. I mean, he's not out there trying to be cute with the basketball. He's not out there trying to make friends. I mean, this guy's playing hard every time down, and it takes a lot of energy to be able to do that, and he just never seems to run out of it.
Coming from the king of Mamba mentality, that's more than just praise. It's validation of everything Westbrook represents. But what many don't know is how Kobe's respect for Westbrook went beyond public statements. In private workouts, Bryant would specifically request to train with Westbrook, seeing in him the same relentless drive that defined his own career. There's a price to pay for greatness, Kobe once said after a session, and Russ is one of the few willing to pay it every single day. The Lakers chapter would test Westbrook in ways nobody expected. When criticism reached its peak, an unlikely voice stepped forward, Magic Johnson. The Lakers legend knew exactly what Westbrook was going through. Back in 1984, they called Magic tragic magic, even after 2 finals MVPs. His advice to Westbrook: take accountability.
But Russell Westbrook, young man, you gotta know there was expectations when you called LeBron and Anthony Davis and said you wanted to be a Laker. You saw Kobe Bryant play and win all those championships. And Kobe said you were the guy. So you know you had to come here knowing that it's about championships when you put the purple and gold on. Quit battling the press, take ownership and accountability and say, hey, I haven't played well, but I got a chance to turn it around. So I'm tired of excuses. It's time to take ownership and say, I just been playing poorly. but hopefully I can turn it around.
But what happened next revealed more about Westbrook's character than any stat could show. Instead of breaking under the pressure, Westbrook did something remarkable. He evolved. The same player they criticized for being stubborn started coming off the bench, adapting his game to whatever his team needed. That's what people don't understand about Russ, Paul George explained. They see the intensity and think he's just about himself. But everything he does is about making his team better. Everything. Speaking of stats, let's talk about something that's been completely overlooked. When players break down Westbrook's game, they see something the box score can't capture. D-Wade put it best.
It was a stretch where Russell Westbrook was the greatest player on the planet, hands down, both sides of the floor.
But here's the kicker. If Westbrook had played in Oscar Robertson's era, he wouldn't just have triple-doubles. According to detailed analysis, he would have recorded around 700 quadruple-doubles. Let that sink in. The numbers become even more mind-boggling when you dig deeper. During his MVP season, Westbrook didn't just average a triple-double. He did it while leading the league in scoring. That's not supposed to be possible, Chris Paul admitted. We've seen guys get triple-doubles before, but to do it while carrying that scoring load, that's different. That's special. Yet numbers don't tell the whole story. Charles Barkley dropped a bomb that sent shockwaves through the basketball world. I've never seen a player give maximum effort every single night like him. Even Jordan didn't play as hard as Russell Westbrook does. That's not hyperbole. That's coming from someone who played against both legends. The intensity starts before the game even tips off. His teammates watch in disbelief as this 16-year veteran attacks warm-ups like a rookie fighting for his spot. Even before we warm up in practice, the dude is jumping head to the rim, one teammate revealed. I'm 26, I can't move until I warm up, and this dude is dunking, running around, yelling, talking to everyone. I thought he was heavy on Red Bulls or something. What's even more remarkable is how this intensity never wavers, regardless of the situation. Former teammate Steven Adams shared a telling story. We'd be down 20 in a regular season game, fourth quarter, and Russ would be diving for loose balls like it was game 7 of the finals. That's not for show, that's just who he is. It makes you question yourself, like, why am I not playing that hard? But here's what really separates Westbrook from the narrative they've built around him: his impact as a teammate. Behind the fierce competitiveness and explosive plays, there's a leader who transforms locker rooms. Every single day, he's asking how everyone is, shared a teammate who initially bought into the media's portrayal. Whether it's after games and he sees my family, he's talking to my family, inviting them to get some clothes and hang out. He's just a great guy. The leadership goes beyond just being friendly. Westbrook has a gift for building up young players that few talk about. He sees things in you before you see them in yourself, Bradley Beal explained. There were games where I'd be hesitating, and he'd pull me aside and say, "You're better than that. I've seen what you can do." That's the Russ people don't talk about. Oscar Robertson saw this coming years ago. In a private conversation with Westbrook, the Big O warned him, "They're going to turn on you. They're going to expect you to do this every night. And even if you do it and don't win, they're going to blame you." But Westbrook never changed his approach, never dimmed his light to make others comfortable. The criticism peaked during his time with the Lakers, but something interesting happened in the locker room. Young players started gravitating toward him, seeking advice not just about basketball, but about handling pressure and criticism. "Russ taught me more about being a professional in 1 year than I learned in my first 3 seasons combined," Austin Reeves admitted. "The way he approaches every day, every practice, every game, it changes how you look at the sport." What's often forgotten is Westbrook's impact on the game itself. He didn't just play basketball. He forced us to reimagine what was possible. Before Russ, if you told me a point guard could average a triple-double for a season, I'd have said you were crazy, Steve Nash confessed. He didn't just do it once, he did it 4 times. He moved the goalposts of what we thought was possible. This is why Gilbert Arenas' perspective hits different. When you're giving that speech to your team on big games, trying to get them motivated to play 110%. He is the example that you should be giving, Arenas explained. That was the whole sad part about Westbrook's legacy, that you let media tell you what he was doing with his effort. Go through history. Tell me how many players played 130% every single game of their career. It'd be hard to find somebody in front of Russ. The impact extends beyond just the game. In every city he's played, Westbrook has left a mark through his community work, most of which he's kept quiet. That's the real triple-double, Carmelo Anthony pointed out. The way he impacts the game, the way he impacts his teammates, and the way he impacts his community. That's the legacy that matters. Looking back, the Russell Westbrook story isn't just about triple-doubles or explosive plays. It's about a player who forced the NBA to confront an uncomfortable truth. Sometimes the ones we criticize the most are the ones who embody everything we claim to value in the game. Passion, dedication, loyalty, heart. The question isn't whether Westbrook will make the Hall of Fame. It's whether we'll finally appreciate what we witnessed while he was still playing. But here's what's really wild. This might not even be the end of his story. Because while everyone's been busy debating his legacy, Westbrook's been in the gym, probably jumping higher and running faster than players half his age, getting ready to prove them wrong one more time. The only question is, are we finally ready to see him for who he really is? And maybe that's the most important lesson from the Westbrook story. In an era of carefully crafted images and calculated moves, he dared to be unapologetically himself. You know what's crazy? Damian Lillard reflected. Years from now, people are going to look back and and realize we witnessed something we might never see again. Not just the stats, but the heart, the pure, unfiltered passion for the game. That's Russ's real legacy.